Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. I will show you two really good matches in the T34 100, and there is a reason for it. First of all, those matches were really good, but also they show the grind potential of this tank and show that this is a really good tank, in my opinion, for the Russians. And they help me to get through my grind, which brings me to the next. I will show you in a bit the progress in patch 1.59 on my account, and we'll talk a little bit about it. And yeah, then the next stock talk is already in work, so expect it the next few days. Then also a little announcement. The 10.5 centimeter King Tiger video was a little bit bugged with the audio, at least in the gameplay. I fixed it and I will upload it also the next few days, so don't be surprised if you see yet another 10.5 centimeter King Tiger video. It's practically the same. Then one final question before we go into the progress. What do you actually liked so far in terms of content on my channel? Let me know in the comment section below. So, let's go into the progress. So far I have researched everything in this patch except one vehicle, and that's the Russian IT-1. There were a few vehicles that have new modules, like the M10. I have to research it, should be done in 1 or 2 battles, I hope so. Aviation is also done as far as I know. Then the same is for the Germans, at least for aircraft. For tanks there is now the Panzer 4J, which does need the add-on armor, and I will have a look at the Panzer 4H as I have researched it, but it wasn't visible, if I remember right. Yeah, but tanks are done. Then for the Russians, plane-wise, the Tu-4 got its engine injection removed, and I have absolutely no idea why, because the module itself hasn't changed in terms of research points, I guess, and I didn't get any refund for it. And this pisses me really off, because it's not the first time Gaijin does certain things like this. It happened at least twice, if not 3 times, with a whole lot, with a big chunk of the British planes, in particular the Spitfires, and I dislike this a lot, to be very polite. So yeah, Yak 30 is also researched. Army, as you can see, I researched the ASU 85. You can expect also a video on this tank. I know in the tank poll, which is still up, by the way, links in the video description below, I noticed that Russian tanks are not the most popular for the tank reviews, but the ASU 57 is quite unique, and also there is much to talk about the ASU 85, and I'm not so pleased with it. I haven't played it already, but just by looking at the stats, I'm not pleased about it, and it has nothing to do with the vehicle being bad, but I won't spoil you anymore. So, just the IT-1 to go for the Russians. Then for the British, there was, I guess, nothing new. I have to take a closer look, but I think everything up until rank 4 is fully spaded. And I have researched everything. I don't own the Wyvern. I see no point why I should use it. Yeah, they now fixed the bug that now all the rockets actually influence the flight characteristics. Yeah, should have been done in the first place, but whatever. And also for the Japanese, there is everything researched, with even the N1K1JA being fully spaded. I never have felt so guilty flying a Japanese plane. Just saying. So, that's it so far. Let's get on with the gameplay. So, this is our first gameplay on Ash River. And before we go into the actual gameplay, um, I have to say something about tank maps in particular. I I don't know, but the recent additions yeah, they don't have the quite the same feeling as certain older maps, such as Ash River. I think Ash River is one of my favorite tank maps in the game, if not the most favorite one. It's quite versatile, and despite being relatively small, you don't feel cramped, but you have practically three more or less separate battle zones. And especially on this mode where there's just one, it's all high up on the plateau, but it doesn't feel that close, you know. And I'd wish that Gaijin would make more of such maps. I mean, yeah, there should be certain adjustments made, especially about, you know, the pure accessibility or playability of the map, you know, with especially the city maps where there are some trenches, like on Eastern Europe. It's total nonsense, you know, especially when tank physics isn't working 100%. It's working really good for a game that's basically based on a flight engine or flight game engine, as far as I know. Yeah, but back to the gameplay. I tried to snipe the lower plate, but I actually didn't see that there were two yak tigers, and the one just went into the way of the shell. But I don't contest the luck. Uh, yeah, after cleaning up those two bots, you know, I often do it that I clean up the bots first of all to minimize the points on the radar. It's just a tactic of mine, you know. It's not so much about the points. Um, Actually, it is about the points as well, a little bit, you know, to give myself a bit of a stock supply of points, but also points for aircraft. Sometimes it's very good to just get into a bomber and just clean up certain areas, as for example the bombing. Yeah, this Panther 2 was totally not up to the gameplay. Yeah, that's the next spot. Uh, as you can see, for example, this camping spot up there where those two yak tigers are, it's always good to clean it up, you know, when you have a bomber, because yak tigers in such a position are really hard targets to take out. Yeah, so I try my luck with this T-44. I saw that he shot, I reverse, and he actually didn't react to me. So yeah, that's nice. I get another RT strike for it. Sadly, I wasn't aware that I can get into a bomber. I was still reloading. Uh, this is the third largest reload time for this kind of caliber in the game at the moment, but it still feels pretty long. And you know, when you get shots like this, you just say thank you. It's not too much skill involved. I think uh, my biggest asset is that I sometimes avoid doing stupid stuff, and tracking this guy was kind of weird, as I didn't get an assist as he was taken out at the same moment, but I tracked him. But you can't track that tank, so that was quite a coincidence, I guess. So um, then I went into a bomber at the moment, um, and here you can see how fast the TU2 actually is. Um, it is quite like the Do 217s that you get, but there are actually two different versions of the Do 217. One is equipped with 4 500 kilo bombs as this one, and also does have dive bomber capabilities. The other version does have 4 1-ton bombs, and is what you're really after. So then there I pull up. I have 1 bomb left. I do arcade evasive actions as they are amazing. I took out both Yak Tigers and dropped 1 bomb into the middle of the remaining tanks. I hope for some love, but just hits. So yeah, and I did not know why I crashed. Normally it gives the kill to the one that damaged me last, and I was quite damaged. But who am I to judge this, right? I'm just a player. Yeah. So then there I'm choking for position. Yeah, and I actually did not know that there was an objective running, but you know, why not? it's it's over 50,000. At least it was over 9,000. Just kidding. So, then I saw that this Ferdinand shot. I put another one into him, take out the gunner and the loader, and set him on fire. You know, because strong shell. And then I get the assist for it. And at this moment, I was not quite sure if I really should go into it, but I said myself, you know, what else? I did my job. Let's try it. And this is again a perfect example of failure of situational awareness. Alright? Just watch this. I waited for the bombs to do their effect, and I was aware of the surroundings, but I saw that they couldn't shoot me, and then I put my gun into the direction where I want to go, and I saw that this King Tiger was totally oblivious up until the point where it was just simply too late. So, by the way, I didn't receive a single shot of damage. And again, then I see this, and flat side of an ISU 122. Thank you very much. That was my 8th kill. Ah, nice Amarak. So, quite a bonfire actually. And then I am now in the camp position of the enemy team. I hear bombs. I actually see it on the radar that it was an enemy bomber, but I have no idea where he dropped it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, there I have again a derp moment with the environment. Yeah, thank you very much, Stone. And I have a... You know, those are the kinds of shots where I really have to ask myself, why did I penetrate that shot? At that angle, but you know, yeah. And again, a King Tiger totally oblivious, showing me my side, gifting me my 9th kill. So, then I see this Yak Panther, and I see that the King Tiger shows in the other direction, and you see that they're actually flanked from both sides. And I get my 10th kill. One thing I have to add here is that Yak Panthers in particular are relatively strange at the moment, as they really they bounce quite a lot actually at the moment. I noticed it with my Super Hellcat, and also with this I had certain Yak Panthers that just bounced all over the place, even from the lower plate, and this was the bad moment that cost me my 12th kill. But or my 11th kill actually. Yeah, so let's have a quick look at the post-battle results screen. I have to say the battle didn't take too long, did it? That was like, okay, it was like 9 minutes. But there you can see the funny side. 171,000 silver lines. I think it was also through the objective, and nearly 11,000 research points. So the next battle is on Frozen Pass Mountain, and I have to say this is a map that, in principle, is a nice design, but it is way too small for my personal taste. And a lot of people playing realistic, said that they can't stand this map at all. I think certain features are quite nice, like the city or the village on the other side of the map, and also this tunnel. Now, this tunnel is subject to certain acrobatic maneuvers of certain people in planes, where they try to show off and mostly crash. But yeah, I think it's quite a nice feature, but it doesn't quite fit into the meta of the map. And also, I would love to see a usable bridge, and not this totally destroyed piece of rubbish on Ash River when you go for the middle, because you often just fall over. I mean, somebody overdid the realism, of War on Ash River. Um, and so sometimes if you don't drive carefully, you just fall off the bridge and land upside down, and your team ignores you, and then you bail out because there is nothing you can do, and then you have a crew log for 7 minutes. Not very nice. So, but here I kept, and I was uncontested, and I was quite surprised that there was not a single tank of the enemy team going into this direction. And while I tried to lay an ambush, you can't. Yeah, you can lay an ambush, but if there's nobody there, it doesn't pay off. And then I just go straight through the middle of the map, where I actually should be dead like 3 times by now, but there is just nobody. That's a complete misplay by the enemy team. And I just used the chance and tried to get behind those houses. I tried to get a shot into this panther, and yeah, that was an unlucky bounce. Strange things happen lately to shells, even Russian shells. I have no idea. Also, the new spotting mechanic within War Thunder, even in arcade, it's just tanks literally pop out of nowhere. It awfully reminds me of World of Tanks, and not in a good way. Not in a good way. So here I actually don't know what to do. I know that I have literally no gun depression, and I can't quite get the crosshair above this IS-1. My squad member is frantically crying for help, and then I make the connection. Certain people have not really criticized, but have mentioned that they would love to see me playing realistic tank battle. And I have to say, at some point I will try out more RB as I have done so far. But I love arcade tanks, and I see no direct reason why I should, or that would drive me away from arcade. Most problems they have with tanks or mechanics work the same way in realistic. It has nothing to do with the game mode, more about the implementation. In fact, I have to say that for me personally, arcade is too realistic, and realistic is not realistic enough. It's a bit too arcadish still. But I have to say a lot has changed for the better. As I casually get a double kill, I see that this IS-2 is pointing at me, and I'm just, hiding behind the house. I'm in quite a good position. I have no hurry to get out of here. I see that he fires, and goodbye, my son. It was an IS-1. Huh. Yeah. So far about my realistic skills. Yeah. So I actually accidentally got into a very nice position that's easy to defend, and it's quite a thorn in the side of the enemy team. Yeah, I reverse again and see this IS-2, and he retreats too slowly, and another kill. My 8th kill at the moment. And I haven't used a plane so far, right? Yeah, and then I see this T-34-85, and just... I hit his turret, but sadly too far in the back. He had no ammunition in the back. I did not know, or I do not know if this is a T-34-88 85 variant that has the ammunition in the back of the turret. Maybe this guy was intelligent enough to take it out. There, I take a plane. Good me, good me. You know, planes have... I have problems with planes in tank RB battles, or not in RB but in arcade. Not so much with bombers, because there is a fuse delay, you see them coming, but there is a problem with the fighter bombers, such as the P-47 with rockets, or the Mosquito, or the Focke-Wulf A8 with the big rockets. It has to do that it doesn't work at the moment in arcade sound-wise. What do I mean by that? Well, you are in your tank and you just explode, and you have no idea what happened, and a few seconds after you already have you already are dead. Sorry about that. You then hear, and that's super annoying. And the one responsible for this, let's call it bug, should be beaten to death 3 times a day, because that is just so dumb. That's just so dumb, and I absolutely hate it. Again, here I saw no crosshair above the Digamax, but I estimated that he had to be there. Often you see no crosshair for when somebody is behind a fence or a bush or a tree, but I shoot anyway because I know that the shell will go there. So I don't just rely on the crosshair itself. Also, it would be impossible to lead shots. So, and that was another survival match. Let's have a quick look at the post-battle result screens, or result screen, I guess. So, for 11 kills and 1 assist, I got 99,000 silver lines and 9,100 research points for the vehicle. This was the game that unlocked the ASU 85. So, and also when we have a quick look at the team list, come on. I have 3,206 points. So just some eye candy for you. This is where I purchased the ASU 85 and get it onto a crew, and I choose my IS-2 crew because why not? And then I have a few research points left, and then just the silver crew because why not? And then lay my priority in terms of research on the parts. And there you can see this is basically a long 88 with the same reload and an additional researchable heat shells that the Germans would desperately need when they get up-tiered. But, you know, the Russians get it. Whatever. Yeah, I think that's quite enough for one video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please give this video a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and share it with your friends. See you next time.